going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Indominus Rex versus Gyro Sphere set that came out in 2015 that Hasbro did when they had the Jurassic Park license. And I have all three of the sets, the versus sets, that is, the one with this and the Pteranodon and the Mosasaurus. But the only reason why I want to take a look at this one is because, one, I have a loose set, and two, I think it's just be kind of fun to revisit these toys. And I know that a lot of people hated these figures and they just talk ill about it, which, you know, it's understandable because they weren't the best quality dinosaur toys that was produced, and Hasbro can do a better job, but I think my understanding at the time is the reason why they did it the way they did was because they didn't think that it was going to make any money. You know, the figures would, or let alone the movie. But hey, I guess that proved them wrong, because pretty much these toys, as ugly and as bad as they were for what they were, people ate it up. You know, knowing the fact that they weren't very good as far as quality goes, and the appeal of them, and how, you know, the way they looked, and, you know, the designs were bad, and, you know, there's all kinds of stuff. But that went wrong with this toy line. But it had a couple of good ones here and there, you know, but it was just mostly not very good at all. And my apologies in advance if this brings back bad memories to the collectors out there that used to have these toys in their collection. You know, I don't know if there's anybody that really has a whole lot of these left. I'm sure they do, just because it's a very important part of the franchise, and the fact that these were the only toys that we got as far as that particular movie goes, the first Jurassic World film goes. But thankful Mattel came and got the license and was able to right the wrongs that Hasbro did for this particular film, you know, as far as making toys for this film. Slowly but surely, you know, we're getting pieces here and there for it to kind of make up for what Hasbro did. But anyways, we're not here to bash Hasbro and what they did with the franchise as far as the toys goes, but I do want to take a look at this because, one, it's just, I do have a loose set that I've gotten, and I just think it'd be kind of fun to revisit an old friend, you know, the franchise. And all right, let's go ahead and get to it. So this is basically your Jurassic World style packaging. It basically way different from what we've seen before at the time, and it's kind of unique in its own way. Not the fact that it's open style, but the card back. And so basically, like I said, this is the old style, open style packaging for the Jurassic World toys. And they're all like this, like everything, last one of them. Whether it's just a regular dinosaur figure or a set like this, you know, the card back and the logos are all going to be the same. This is your basic Jurassic World style packaging for the first film. And so you got the open style packaging right there. You got the contents right there in the middle, and you have a arrow pointing to the tail, letting you know that it does have a feature to it. And then here at the bottom, you have Indominus Rex versus Gyro Sphere, ages 4 and up. That's me. And then it lets you know that it has a battle damage to it, and that the Gyro Sphere has a disc launcher. And so on the card back, you have a white bottom right there, along with the little blue highlights right there, with the scaling there that's highlighted in red. And that's the indication that that's the Mosasaurus skin, you know. And then you got Rexy here in the corner right here, and you got the Jurassic World logo right there. And the bottom of the packaging is white and red right there. And I always thought that was kind of odd how when they had the Mosasaurus body right there, but they highlight the scales red, and thought that was different and unique. And then you got the Hasbro logo right there, and you got the warning, the choking hazards logo right there. Then right here, you got the Jurassic World logo, Indominus Rex versus Gyro Sphere. And then on this side, it's pretty much the same thing. And then here, let's see, at the bottom, there is the, let you know that there is another set out there. And that is the Pteranodon set, which I have, but I don't have an extra to review. So, and then here's the back, and there's the art rendering or the prototype imaging right there as far as the set goes, and lets you know what it does. And got the Jurassic World logo right there, Indominus Rex versus Gyro Sphere. You got the Indominus Rex right there with the battles damage showing, and it lets you know that it has a action feature where the figure can fall out once it causes the damage right there, and it shows you how to fire the disc and whatnot. And you know, you got the authentic Jurassic World logo right there, Universal, Hasbro, you know. And then there is a little bit of a read-up right there. If you want to check that out, you may. You can pause the video and take a look at that. And let's go ahead, turn this back around. And the reason why I kept this in the other sets, pretty much everything that I have Jurassic World, basically from the first movie, they're still in package, all of them, every single last one of them. It's because, one, the quality, you know, is not very good as far as most of these figures standing and stuff. Some of them do. There might be some that I might open, you know, at some point, but stuff like this set, and a couple other things, I'm just gonna leave it in package, you know, just because it's cool, and I do like the way it looks, the presentation of it, you know. I think it's pretty neat. And if I can get some loose ones, you know, a second set, then I'd be more than happy to do that. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move this out the way. And we'll bring in this set here. Here is the Gyro Sphere. Here's the little guy right there. And here is the Indominus Rex that's loose. And the leg on this one is not very tight at all. It's fairly loose. So kind of have to kind of stand him up kind of straight like that. So he might fall over, so pardon me if he does. So, but anyways, so that is the set. And that was given to me by a good friend of mine. And this was, I found this at my local movie trading company for a couple bucks. And so it was complete. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. But I did find this one at the same location, at the same movie trading company in my area. And it didn't have the disc, and it came with the little guy for a couple bucks. So I don't mind collecting these. They're small, and you know, just use them for size comparisons to other stuff, you know, whenever I get them and stuff like that. So pretty neat. You know, just kind of shows you how far along we've come since the Hasbro days, you know, as far as size scaling. Now, I know a lot of people did have an issue with this set, not so much with the dinosaur, but with the scaling. But you got to remember that Hasbro was smart on their end when it came to doing this. Is that when they made the Indominus Rex that size, they were smart enough to make the human in the Gyro Sphere in scale with the figure. So this is like what, a 2-inch figure, 2.5-inch figure right here, and the Gyro Sphere it's perfect, you know. It goes. This set is good for what it is, you know, as far as scaling goes. Now I know we didn't never get any figures that were like 3 3/4 or 4 inches, except for one, which was an Owen, and I think he was like 4 inches. And Of course, we never did get a bigger vehicle for Owen to ride in, with the exception of a motorcycle that came in the set that he came with, along with Blue. And so, as far as any other characters, we never got any characters besides him. And that was a pretty big bummer to a lot of the collectors out there. But like I said, for kids, this is pretty much a kid's toy, a set for them to play with. And like I said, the way the whole setup is, it's perfect as far as scaling goes. Even though a lot of people did have an issue with it, as far as the sizing of the human and the Gyro Sphere. But for me, I don't have an issue because I think it goes perfect the way it is. So anyways, let's go ahead and move the iRex out the way. Move the Gyro Sphere out the way. And let's go ahead and start with the human figure. Let's see if we can't. There we go. So like I said, this is a smaller scale figure. Only about like 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches tall. And pretty bland. And the only paint that we got are the goggles and the face. As far as the molding goes for this particular size figure, it's actually pretty good. It's not too bad at all. I don't think it is. It does pack a lot of detail into it. Kudos to them for doing that. But it just suffers with the lack of paint, except for on the face and the goggles. But as far as detailing goes, it looks really good. The backpack, and all the pouches and all that stuff, it looks really good. You can still see it, so not bad at all for such a small figure. And then there's the helmet right there, and got a little detail there. And then you could tell here on the face, let's see if we can. The face, got a little mouth, got the nose, so not that bad of a detail as far as the face goes for what they did for this little figure. You can still tell he's got a nose and a mouth, and then the goggles, so not too bad, not too bad. So just to show you how tiny this guy is, I brought out a couple of figures out to show you the size comparison as far as how small these are. So we got a Bone Age caveman from Kenner, and that's how tall he is compared to that. And then we have one of the Rulons from the Dino Riders. So it kind of gives you a scaling difference, So that's how big it is compared to these guys. And these are small figures too. So, alright. So let's go ahead and take the human figure out and bring in the Gyro Sphere. I'll just bring in both of them since I have them both out. So one of them is incomplete, one is complete. I'm missing a disc to one of them. Will I ever find a disc to this one? Probably not. I'd have to get real lucky, or look on eBay or something. So, but I would like to have a disc for this one, so I can complete it. But if not, it's okay. No biggie. And we'll just bring out the little character. Where's the other guy at? There he is. I'll bring him out here too. So, but anyways, let's take a closer look at this thing. And yeah, I mean, not much to it. Just a white hollow plastic with a seating and mechanism inside. And it's got the blue striping all the way around. Not striping, but a circle around here. And one thing that probably would have been cool if they just painted these silver, And then it got wheels right there, and it's got a little peg right there. So that should have been a wheel, I would think. You know, you would think that, so that way it can roll. So why have wheels on something if you can't use it? You know what I mean? But then it's got this big old thing here on top of it with a disc, and then here's the button to activate the damage. So let's see, right there. Let's go ahead and do the disc. So it does fire pretty good, and I knew if I didn't put my hand on there, not my head, but my hand on there, it would I'd probably lose it somewhere. But here is the button to activate the damage. So this will come up and this will flop out and the seat will flop out. So if we just set that there, take our little guy right here, and let's see if we can't have him fall out. So we set him right there. So that's what happens, and that's how he falls out when you press that button right there. Overall, nice little gimmick. It's very toyetic, because you got the big launching disc on top of this Gyro Sphere, and then you got a button here to activate the damage. So very toyetic there. So very cool. So not much else to say about this. I mean, it's a nice little thing to display if you want. And like I said, not a lot of people care about this little thing, as far as the set goes. But hey, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move these out the way. And let's take a look at the main feature. Here is the Indominus Rex. Like I said, this one, a friend of mine gifted me this with a box of other goodies. And that leg is really loose, but it is what it is. You can tell it's been played with. So that's all that matters to me. And but yeah, I have to stand him straight up. I'm surprised he even stands that well. But as far as this figure goes, it's a very nicely done figure. Very well detailed for what it is, and kind of short tail right there a little bit. So as far as it being film accurate, not really. It doesn't have any quills. They replaced the quills with little spikes, so it looks like it's a very alligator-esque, style body as far as the back of it and stuff, and the head. You could tell that it kind of took that idea from that. That's just what I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but I guess that's supposed to be the quills there. And then as far as the head sculpt goes, it's not even close to what it's supposed to be. It looks like a big old dragon, I'm being honest. Looks like a dragon. But hey, this is what we had at the time, So you can tell this was molded out of this gray plastic, and it was spray painted with this green paint right here. Some areas darker than others. Like this is, you can tell this is really dark on here and really dark here on the top, and it kind of fades out right there. And same thing on this side. It's more heavy paint on this side and here than it is on here. So you could tell how light it is there, and then here it's more thicker on the other side with this paint than it is on this side. So but like I said, as far as detail goes, as far as the molding goes, it's pretty cool. It's not film accurate, but these are toys, so I do like the fact that you got the osteoderms and everything. Like I said, it's like very alligator-esque. Like it looks like a crocodile skin. Get all the detailed, deep deep cuts here on the legs and stuff. Detail on the tail. And it's not packed to detail like Mattel's is, but it does enough. You know, you can tell that it's a Indominus Rex. You know, you got the ostrich germs here on this side and along the side of the head. Same thing as far as here, and then along the side of the back. So then you got the detailing here on the legs. You know, very bird-like right here, all the way down to here, and same thing on this side. So then the feet, they actually painted the claws. Wow, something that Mattel's not very well known for. They actually painted the toe claws, you know, and the dew claw right there. Wow, I'm impressed. That's pretty cool. Both hands and feet are painted. The nails are. But anyways, so as far as the head goes, the sculpt goes, you know, like I said, it's not entirely film accurate, but you can tell that it is the Indominus Rex. The teeth are very lackluster. You know, the bottom's not so bad, but here on the top, it's just awful. It looks like it's just missing teeth, you know. I mean, it's not even long. If they wanted to make it long, they should have made them long like this and had them on top too at the same time. But it's just, I don't know. Looks like it's got its teeth knocked out or something. So, and then the tongue and the gums, you know, not too bad. So, very pinkish. Alright, so this thing wants to keep on opening. So, but as far as the, articulation goes, you know, the legs, you know, they go forward. Not so much back on this one. This one can go backwards quite a bit, not so much forward. And then as far as the arms go, that's about as much you can get, you know. So it's really loosey on this side and somewhat on this side. But here it's like super tight, you know. And as far as the action feature goes, you can tell right there. And well, let's go ahead and do the battle damage since he wants to keep on opening it up. So this is the slider thing for the battle damage, and you got a little point right there. It kind of like tries to blend in as part of the osteoderms. And then you got the little detailed deep cuts right there. You press that and it exposes the rib cage and the guts and stuff. So, and then if you want to close it, there you go. So as far as the action feature goes, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the hideous screw holes. And this was one of the main things that Hasbro was very criticized for. Was it looks good on one side, but if you flip the other side, it's just that's all you see. It's riddled with screw holes. You know, they didn't bother to even put in the extra $1 just to fill these in. You know, I mean, we know they had to screw somewhere, but at the same time, it's like really. But yeah, that's one of the downsides to their figures that a lot of people had complaints about, if not everybody that bought these toys, you know, for their collection. So I'm just gonna leave that open because it keeps on wanting to pop open and stuff. So, but anyways, on to the action feature. So here's the tail, and so if we press down on the tail, it's supposed to have a chomping gimmick. Get the little squeaky. So you might not be able to hear it on here, but you know, in person, you know, it's like a little, like very faint. So, and then you got all that creaking. So, but yeah, so you could have it bend down like that, and then, you know, let's get one of these guys right here. eat it. But anyways, I'm spending too much time on this. I think I probably spent way too much time on this thing than I should have. But it is what it is. But anyways. But yeah, that's about it as far as that goes, you know. And hope y'all enjoyed this review as much as I did filming it, you know. That's the Indominus Rex versus Gyro Sphere set. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this set, you know. And did you have this in your collection? Did you have this when this came out? Let me know. And don't forget, words of wisdom. Buy what you love and not what you like. Buy what you like. You always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.